What do you do when you get a big batch of gold and silver that's come in that you need to make sure is genuine? Well, one of the best ways to do it is to make sure you've got the right kind of testing equipment. These are really good pieces of kit, the Sigma machines, no doubt, and I have been able to grow my business by using them for the last couple of years. They are fantastic pieces of kit, but they are a tool to help you. Nothing can substitute experience. And I've already unboxed all of this. You'll see it all coming out the box in a little moment, but I know without a shadow of a doubt that this is all genuine. And there's some really cool pieces in here. So join me as we have a look through a customer's box and I talk a little bit about how I go about testing and making sure that what people are sending me is indeed real gold and silver. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome to another precious metal ramble. We've got an unboxing to do today. Now, there's some gold and silver in here, and it's not my gold and silver, unfortunately, but we will be selling it on behalf of a third party. Now, it'll probably all be gone by the time this video goes live, I'm afraid, so don't go and rush over to our website and have a look. But what I wanted to do is share a little bit about the process that I go through as a sort of bedroom bullion dealer, as it were. I'm not a full bullion dealer, but I know my stuff and I help other people link up when buying and selling. So I have to put my reputation on the line, and one of the reasons that I'm able to do that are the Sigma precious metal testing machines. So not only are we going to do an unboxing showing the process and what I go through as a person that is going to be putting my reputation on the line, but also how good these machines are and how much faith you can put in them. They're really, really good. And to that end, these machines are available now in the UK through Trusty Metrics, who are the UK's exclusive supplier of them. Not just the UK either, all over the world. So go and check them out. There are links in the description box below. They are sponsoring our channel. We are working with them as brand ambassadors. They are fantastic and they will help you. And they have helped countless customers. If you get your machine and then you have some questionable results or questionable bits of gold and silver in your stack, they're there to help. And I know they've been working with a number of different customers who've both had good and bad news from their testing regimes. So lots of really beneficial reasons to get one of these pieces of kit. And hopefully this little video here today will show you the reasons why it's just so easy and quick and good. So go and check them out. Links in the description box below. So we've got some silver and gold here, as we can see. We've opened the box straight away. Now, whenever I get gold and silver in as part of this intermediary service, to be honest, most times when I get it in as well, I will video the unboxing. It's good practice to do that. It's certainly good practice to do that if you are buying from third parties, quite frankly, even from big dealers as well, because if there is a problem with a parcel en route and it arrives at your doorstep and it's damaged or anything, then you really need to be able to prove that what is indeed in that package is indeed that package. And there's only really one way to do that, and that is to show the package being opened and unboxed. So there was one step that I did do on this before I unboxed it, which was there was an outer box with the customer's details on. So I've taken that off to obviously preserve anonymity, because I don't normally publish these videos, but that's where we are with this. So we can see here there are quite a lot of different bits of gold and silver. Also, this is another good reason why you unbox on camera, because there's a coin here that's come out of a capsule. I noticed there was an empty capsule and you saw it there just when we opened it, and I can see that coin nestled down the side there. So it's again, like, you've got a little bit of a backstop in terms of quality. We'll have a close look at that coin at some point just to see if there's been any sustained damage on it that might affect any potential premiums on it, but we'll look at that one in its own right in a moment. For now, let's just continue to unbox the package. So what I would normally do is I wouldn't normally have this camera out. I have like a top-down camera, sort of webcam attached to the computer that I will have, and I'll just put all of this out on camera. And as I'm taking it out the box, it goes onto the Sigma precious metal verifying machines. Now, there are some very cool looking pieces in here that I will probably have to take secondary close looks at as well. This coin is one that I don't immediately recognize, and it's presumably not pure gold, not 999, as it is a slightly older one here. We've got a 1926 $quarter, $2.5 quarter eagle. So that's an interesting one, but again, going to have to do some further investigation on that. But for now, what we're going to start to do is put this all through the Sigma. Now I've got the Sigma investor model out here. Quick secondary shout out for Trusty Metrics, because they are very generously donating one of these machines for some lucky person to win when we get to 75,000 subscribers. And we're not far off it. We're at 73,650 at the exact time. 52, in fact, I've just refreshed it. There we go. So we'll be there soon, and you can win one of these. They are great. So that simple, or they are this simple to use. You go and you select the metal type that you want to test. We're going to be doing gold here for the moment. Pure gold, this one to start with. Total precious metal weight in here. We're going to put 0.25. Done. And then click the measure button. So now we're ready to go. And the benefit of the investor model over the Pro, I also have the big Pro model here, is that the flexible arm here is actually really convenient, because on the big model, a coin like this, where you put it on over there and you're seeing right now it's not reading, the sort of sensor is nowhere near close enough to it, you would then have to take it out of the capsule, which, as we've seen it was delivered out of the capsule, so whether that would damage it or not, there's always just risk that it would have to be damaged if you're handling these things. So with this, you don't have to take it out of the capsule, you can just push that little lever down, and there we have a perfect reading for this coin. Lovely, settled right in the middle of the green. That is fantastic. Now, what I will also just quickly do for the sake of brevity is just have a quick look at the coin. Now, you'll notice that I've taken it out the capsule again to have a quick look at it. I'm holding it by the rim. This is what I would do to just double check there is no significant damage caused to it for it having been sloshing around inside the package. And I can't see any huge dings, dents or scratches. That said, there is some small markings on the Queen's head there. Looks like it's probably been handled at some point or another. There definitely looks like there's a little fingerprint. Those kind of factors are all important factors to put in for selling. So from my perspective, I will be obviously looking to sell these items, and I have to factor in what kind of premiums are on these. At the moment, it's a tough market for gold. The premiums are already going to be pretty low, with a baseline, I think, of spot price. Gold shouldn't go for less than spot price, in my opinion, unless it's really kind of old scrap gold. So that's where we are with that one. We'll have another sort of assessment of that and give the customer a price on that in due course. So 909 gold, there's another big coin here. This one is an ounce. So again, very simple. We just go in here and we put 1 ounce of gold, done, measure. We can keep it in the capsule as well and put that down there. The benefit of the Sigma investor model over the original model is that it does a through reading. So you see here this little arrow. It is testing all the way through the coin. A lot of people don't realize this, but XRF testers, the big X-ray testers that the bullion dealers will have, they will actually only test surface level. They'll be able to tell you what the composition of that surface level is, but they won't be able to test all the way through. And what you do find with the Sigmas is that they will find many more fakes than, say, an XRF would. Now, they're all tools, and I know there are plenty of fake coins out there that might have the right alloy in them and fool some of these. They are a tool to get you to where you are confident enough to put your reputation on the line. They are not there specifically to catch every single fake coin that might come through. They will help you identify the fake coins, that is for sure. So we are going to now put this to 1/4 of an ounce. We're going to choose the metal 22 carat and click enter, because we have here a Krugerrand, 2008 Krugerrand quarter, and this one is going to be 22 carat. So we'll see how we get on with the Sigma. And there we go, right bam smack in the middle of the green. There was a momentary moment where I thought, oh, it's in the red, but no, that was fine. Now we've got a few sovereigns in here as well. So this one, now look, I'm not going to recalculate the weight on this just yet. You can do, but this again is a tool. It's very close to where it needs to be anyway. It's a 22 karat gold coin. If I'd put that through right there and then, and it had been in the red or on the edge of the yellow and the green, I'd have then calculated the weight exactly right and be done with it. But for now, that's plenty good enough for me. There's a half sovereign here, and you can demonstrate here again the fact that this is half the weight of what the machine is currently calibrated to be, yet you're still getting a reading in the green. Now that said, it is to the right of the green, so if we now go and change the weight of this and we do, in fact, let's go down to the grams because it's easier to do it in here. So total weight of a sovereign would be 8 grams. We're going to put in 4, well, in fact, let's do it right. We're going to put 3.99 because that's what it really should be. So 3.99, we're then going to go back to measure, We're going to put that down and see how that differs on this machine. And you can see there, we're just in about the exact same position. I can't remember what the resistivity reading there, 10.44 was on the higher setting, but again, you can see it's a really robust machine and it does help. Now, it's not only gold, there's plenty of other gold here, and I've just realized there's quite a lot of individual items that I'm gonna have to test, and we're already rambling on for what, close to 10 minutes already. So I'm just gonna now show you the versatility of the machine because we are gonna test some silver as well. So we're gonna test this big old chunky silver bar, and it is a 10-ounce bar from memory. I have a feeling that some of these pieces were sold through our buyers club to this customer in the first place. Yes, 10 ounces, staring right at me in the face. And I was like, where is it? Is it there? Right, so 10 ounces troy, done. And then we're gonna pop that on there. In fact, let's do it that way around so that we can see the actual machine. Click measure, and then down we go. And we are going to be seeing this reading right there. Top of the green into the yellow. That's not a worry. It's 4 nines. Wait, this is a 3/9 silver bar, but it's reading right there on the edge. It's fine for me from that perspective. If I wanted to do further investigation on this, there we go, it's nicely in the green, jumping up and down between the two. I would potentially put this on my large Sigma Pro just to double check everything, but honestly, from my perspective, this is a perfectly valid test from my perspective. You can see there is some change depending on what the high relief nature of the bar is, what parts of the bar you're testing on. So always know the limits of your machines as well, I think is really important. And that's one thing that, there we go, you see now we're getting it in right in the green. That's one thing that I have always not liked about people, about these machines, is that they think that they're just like infallible, that they are the best things. I put a lot of faith in them, but there is no substitute for long experience. And in fact, there was a great video put up by Chards, Coin and Bullion Dealers, about a fake sovereign that they had come through, and the Sigma would have been fooled by it. It had the exact purity of what it was supposed to be. And yes, that does happen, and that can happen. And it is important to know that these machines are not going to give you a definitive answer. What is important is the knowledge that you will have going along with these coins, whether or not so this one you see is a little bit interesting. It's right at the top there, which is different to the other sovereign. And I think that's because it's a modern sovereign rather than the old one. And what we could do here is we could go choose the metal, and we could go across to others and select the coins. And I believe there is a sovereign section. There should be anyway. These are all silver now. Let's keep going back up. Maybe it was up. Yes, there it is. So we can go gold sovereign, see if that gives us any different of a reading. And it might also be somewhat because there is a thick capsule on this. But here we go. We see perfect. Use the right setting for these machines because they are calculating against a database of known alloys of particular coins. That's where we are. That's pretty much all. In fact, there's one cool coin here that I've seen. We've got here a French rooster. Yes, the 20 francs French rooster. And I saw that there was a setting for gold roosters in here. Gold French 20 franc. There we go. So we can put that on and test a gold 20 franc coin. And hopefully, bam smack in the green. There we go. So I think I rambled on quite long enough. The point that I want to make is that these machines are great, but they're not infallible, but they are really good tools to help you, and I think they're fantastic tools, and they'll even do down to the little 1 gram gold bars here. So let's just quickly finish up the video by doing these. So we want to go weight, and we want to go precious metal weight 1 gram. So if we go in here, 1, done. Metal type, we're going to go all the way back over here to pure gold, and then we're going to pop this down on here like so, and hopefully we might have to turn it around the other way because it does say these bars are difficult to read sometimes on these machines because they have like, they're raised up. You can see there's like the elevator bit. So if you sometimes turn them upside down and put them on, then you are likely to get a better reading through here. So this is saying thin. It's one of these ones where it's difficult on this machine. I think the Pro machine will probably read this just fine. So it is saying thin. Right, so what we're going to do is get the Pro out and finish this video in style. And this is where I hope that I got enough battery charge left on my Sigma, because I use these so many times that often it is difficult to keep them charged. Right, so we are working on the Pro now. Let's see how we get on with this particular one. Got to be careful with these ones. Not saying this is fake. There are plenty of other tests that we can do if we can't get a valid reading on this, but it is always important to test assay carded gold because they are one of the most faked bits, because ultimately people don't want to take them out of the packaging. So here we go. We've got a good result coming through here. It's still saying thin, but we've got a gold result up here on the top line. Now that's a more traditional original result, just doing the surface level stuff, but combined with the fact that it is an incredibly thin product and it is sitting there still okay reading on the through, I'm fairly confident. So again, turn it around the other way, it's too far from the sensors. Now we've got some other 1 grammers in here. Let's just quickly show those by comparison. So again, this one's still saying thin on here. If we flip it around, how are we getting on? It's still probably going to be too thin, but you see, it is interesting how the different sort of orientations of these will work. We've got some really small stuff in here. Is that that's a 1 gram pamp? Let's see if we can get that one reading on the machine too. See that one? Oh, it's tricking me. But this does not raise huge alarm bells for me at the moment. What might potentially have to happen on these is to break them out and test them manually. But I will do some other examinations on those when I'm not trying to film and multitask. So from the rest of the package, for those that might be interested, we've got some silver in here too. We've got some maple leaf coins. Let's just, for sake of brevity, not brevity, sake of due diligence, make sure we've got the correct amount in here. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25 maples. And then on the other side, we have 5, 10, 15 and 25 maples. So not a small order, a nice little order from a customer there. We've got 50 ounces of coin silver, we've got 10 ounce bars, so 60 ounces of silver, a bunch of fractional gold, and of course, a big 1 ounce gold coin too. So thank you all for watching. Cool Kids Club members, we need something for you to quote. Here's something cool. Oh, this is a nice piece. This is the Tabex 1 gram. It's like a proper credit card. Very, very nice indeed. But it has a serial number, most importantly. So Cool Kids Club members, PL79578 is your code to let me know that you are cool. And if you quote that code in the comment section, when we hit 75,000, I'm going to choose a random video and a random cool kid commenter. You're going to win a prize. Special super squirrel. I can't even speak. I've been rambling far too long. I should go. If you quote me that, you'll be entered into a super squirrel secret prize draw and you will win a prize potentially. There we go. I got it. Right, that's it from me. Thanks all for watching. We'll see you on the next video. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.